I have a lot of games. More than I know what to do with. Some are good, some are bad, and some are just downright weird. So let's talk about them. Welcome to my game room. Well, we've taken a look at the first game, so I guess we better dive into the second, and here's where the series really starts to hit its stride. Sonic 2 is a vast improvement over what was already a breath of fresh air in the gaming world, and you can see this from even just a quick glance. From the moment you start the game, you are plopped into Emerald Hill Zone, and you are blasted with colors of contrasting and complementing hues so rich that they strike your retina furiously, stopping just before trudging into the realm of discomfort. Sonic himself appears to be a darker shade of blue, and of course this is complemented by the orange hues of his new buddy Tails, who of course will become a mainstay in the series from this point on. Though it isn't just the addition of a cast member that sets this entry apart from its predecessor, but the style of the levels and the flow they foster that really makes the game feel like a new iteration of an old classic, even if they were released only a year and a half apart. Sonic now runs and rolls effortlessly through loop-de-loops and whatever these things are called, and now the levels are a bit larger and designed more around the marketing gimmick of going fast than the precision platforming of the first game. The game's also a lot easier than its predecessor, meaning that you can pretty much just hold right on the D-pad and jump occasionally to make it through a good portion of the game. This is something that's often criticized about early Sonic games in general, that they pretty much just play themselves, and yeah, I can certainly see how from an outside perspective it can appear that way, but in reality, if all you're doing is holding a button and tapping another, you're only gonna get so far. And that's probably what I like best about Sonic 2, and that's how it basically trains your hands and mind to get better, slowly introducing you to the more difficult aspects of the game. When I was a kid, sure, all I did was hold right to win, as they say, but I usually only got as far as the second act of Chemical Plant Zone before losing all my lives. In this fucking spot with the pink water. But even then, I was still having fun and wanted to keep playing, so I'd give it another go, try a little more platforming, and because overall Sonic 2 has a beautifully elegant difficulty curve, I made it a bit farther and got a little better each time I played, until one day I found myself watching the credits roll for the very first time. Another big change is that instead of 3 levels per act like in Sonic 1, there's now only 2, except for Metropolis Zone for some reason, but there's also more stages overall, making the game feel much larger and snappier than the original. Sonic Team also added a mechanic that would change everything, the spin dash. What the fuck was that? Anyway, my god, was this thing a game changer. Now you can hold down on the D-pad and tap a button to spin up and then release everything to shoot forward with a burst of speed, adding even tighter gameplay into the mix and making traversing this world immensely more enjoyable. Remember in Sonic 1, if you didn't have enough speed to run up a wall, you had to backtrack a bunch to give it another go? I mean, it worked, though it kinda sucked, but now if you fuck up, you can just stop at the bottom of a ramp, wind up, and then whoosh, up the ramp without a care and back on your way. This was so game-changing that most people, myself included, end up pressing down and jumping like an idiot at least once when going back to the first game, forgetting that this now iconic maneuver was not present in the original. The music is also a vast improvement over Sonic 1, which is saying something because that game had a killer soundtrack. And if you can't tell, I really dig the feel of this soundtrack, which is why I use it as the background music in my videos, like, all the time. At the end of the day, Sonic 2 is an amazing title that's more than stood the test of time. But believe it or not, the little hedgehog that could is about to get even better, and we'll take a look at that entry next time.